Madison's Country, Q106, and Fish with Friends. This is going to be a new one, a new friend of the show for sure. So, from Wausau, Brett Westgrove is a rocket simulator. You're a neuroscientist. You
something like that.
Did you work for NASA?
Yeah, so just before I took off and headed to Nashville, I was commanding NASA spacecraft.
I'm sorry?
About $1 billion of space hardware on any given day.
I'm sorry, you were commanding a
Yeah.
You were commanding a NASA space.
A whole bunch of them, yeah.
Like the ones that are in space.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then you were like, man, this is boring.
Someone thought that was a good idea.
Yeah. Where'd you go to school for that?
In Boulder, Colorado.
Okay, so you go to school in Boulder, Colorado. Your master's,
Yep,
tons
master's.
of degrees, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
You get hired by NASA. Because you look young. How old were you when you were in NASA?
26.
26, and you're
Something.
commanding spacecrafts. Okay. Yeah. So you're doing that. So you are a rocket scientist, literally.
Yeah, I mean,
Okay.
by the definition, I guess so.
Okay, and you're sitting there and you're like, but this isn't my dream. Where people do dream of what you were doing, I would imagine.
Yeah. I mean, I've always been a kind of a self-proclaimed nerd, building
Okay.
cars, doing all the techie stuff, so it was cool.
Yeah.
But I was sitting at a desk a lot and not around people, and I'd done music my whole life too, and I was just like, this is not it. I'm not having the right impact.
What do you mean you've done music? You just always played? Like
Well, yeah,
you're
I mean,
like at a campfire, you're like dropping the game. And
my mom always says I came out singing.
oh, cool.
And I mean, by the time I was 2, I was like messing around with little instruments, and it just it just grew and grew and grew from there, so.
Known for messing around with a little instrument. Here he goes. He's off and running.
Yeah.
Okay, and so but you stopped doing music because you're like, this is too much of a gamble. Clearly, if you're a rocket scientist, you're clearly like a little bit like you're highly intelligent, I would imagine.
I mean, I guess some might say that.
So but you're not.
I work
that
really hard
practical.
to seem that way.
Because you're going to take a gamble here in this story here in a sec.
Mm-hmm.
That's gigantic. But you're a rocket scientist for NASA.
Mm-hmm.
You're intelligent enough to do that. So there's a practical side of you.
Yeah.
But this whole time, this musical side is coming out of you.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. Yeah. And you decide all of a sudden one day, was there an experience? Was there a girl? Was there
a lot of it
death?
has to do with her. My mom was in studio today, one of my biggest supporters.
Your mom had you young, by the way, because, hey, Mom. Yeah, congratulations.
Yeah, she gets that everywhere
My
she
mom
goes.
wasn't really attractive, but she was nice. You know what I mean? But your mom seems like you got both covered, so way to go.
Yeah, she's fantastic, amazing. I was doing the school thing, the rocket science stuff, and this guitar right here was under my bed for a few years because I just didn't know, I was taking a break from music, and I was coming home back to Wisconsin for Christmas, and she's like, hey, can you bring your guitar? I was like, yeah, for you, of course, anything. Brought the guitar home. And
she smashed it over your head. She said, what are you doing?
I wonder, there's got to be times where she wanted to.
Oh, I'm sure.
So I brought it home and I got it out and started just messing around with some videos. And I just had a moment where I was like, oh, yeah, now I remember what I was put here to do. And
at this point, you're at school. You're not working for NASA yet.
No, I was.
Oh, you're at NASA.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, so a lot of that was concurrent.
Okay.
So I actually I did my bachelor's and master's and worked those missions all concurrently.
So NASA hired someone there's a whole story right there.
It's a lot.
I don't understand your
We'll
industry.
need another interview someday,
Yeah, right. Yeah, nice. Way to tease it out. Okay,
but
go
yeah,
ahead.
so she has me bring my guitar home, and I have this moment, and I was like, oh, yeah, this is what God put me here for. And 6-7 months later, through this other series of events, I was heading to Nashville.
And I want to get more into Nashville in a sec, but first I got to play something. You had mentioned something about an artist that you're a Jelly Roll.
Yeah.
What do you like about Jelly Roll? What's one of the things you like about him?
I love both his story, but also like the genre bending he's doing. I've got some music that I'm putting out that is doing some of the same stuff, and it's good to see that I'm not the only one doing it.
Are you about to rap?
No.
Oh, okay.
I just have a lot of influences. I grew up listening to 90s country and then also a lot of pop. Michael Jackson was a big influence for me. And then a lot of rock, too. It's kind of all over the place. But, I grew up in the country, so I associate with the stories.
The country, by the way, Wausau.
Yeah, the country.
Right down the road.
Yeah, that's right. So I grew up listening to that. And that's, I gravitate to the stories, but I like all these genres. And so I've got some new songs that are starting to get a little heavier on the, more of the rock side mixed in. And I've got some stuff that's a little more poppy. And
you're hearing a lot of that now, like Jelly Roll's Halfway to Hell. It's insane. Okay, so I want you're going to play for us, right? Because I do want to hear this story about Brett Westgrove in Nashville is fascinating because, again, he's going to quit being a rocket scientist for NASA and he's going to go to Nashville. But what happens from there, I want to get into in just a sec. What song do you want to play for us today? I got
this new one that I just wrote with my buddies. Their names are Cody Clark and Austin Riley. He's actually touring with me, playing guitar for me.
Oh, cool.
Austin is, and I was going to play this one called Empty Shotgun Seat. I'm thinking about putting it out.
Okay, let's hear it. So this is not even released yet?
No, it's not recorded anywhere.
I love it. Well, we're recording right now.
All right.
Live music in studio with Brett Westgrove. Fish with Friends in Madison's Country, Q106.
There's a picture on my dashboard, smiling back at me, and a blonde hair in the wind just wrapped itself around my keys. Your lipstick on the rear view from when this love was new. Now all that I've got left of me and you is an empty shotgun seat where you used to be. Every time I turn that radio up, I'm right back to you and me. I can get a new truck, get rid of your stuff, but damn, there will always be miles and miles of dirt road memories and an empty shotgun seat. Yeah, it's like this Silverado got a mind of its own. 2 stoplights and 1 left turn is right where it wants to go. Past the Texaco off 103, your gravel road keeps calling me. I'm driving down on memory lane without you next to me. I've got an empty shotgun seat where you used to be. Every time I turn that radio up, I'm right back to you and me. Yeah, I could get a new truck, get rid of your stuff, but damn, there will always be miles and miles of dirt road memories and an empty shotgun seat. Yeah. Yeah, maybe it's time I realize there's nothing I can do. Maybe there's no moving on till I put somebody new in that empty shotgun seat. I've got an empty shotgun seat where you used to be. Every time I turn that radio up, I'm right back to you and me. Yeah, I could get a new girl, let her rock my world, but damn, there will always be miles and miles of dirt road memories. I can't drive away the thought of you and me with an empty shotgun seat. No, I've got an empty shotgun seat.
Nice.
Yeah, empty shotgun seat.
Wow, I love it, dude. I love it. Okay, Fish with Friends, Madison's Country, Q106. Brett Westgrove sitting with us right now. Again, from Wausau to Colorado to NASA to Nashville, back to Wisconsin.
Wausau to California to Colorado.
Okay, you're just exhausting me. Explain the California thing to me then. I don't understand.
Gosh, I'm trying to figure out how to keep this brief. Okay, so high school, I was encouraged by one of my mentors to start a recording studio.
In high school in Wausau?
Yeah.
Okay.
So he's like, you can record your own stuff. You should do that. So I did it. And next thing you know, I actually built a recording studio in their basement. And next thing you know, the newspapers are showing up. And
in their basement, you mean your mother's?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Is your father still with us?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. He is. He actually brought me this guitar today because I forgot it.
What a stud!
It was a morning. It's been a week. It's been a long week, right?
Did you stay in Madison last night, or where?
No, we came down from Wausau.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So built the studio, and all of a sudden newspapers do stuff, and all of a sudden the phone's ringing. They're calling the house phone.
Oh, nice.
And suddenly I had a commercial recording studio in my hands. Anyway, I had a friend who was going up to California, and because I was doing this recording stuff, I was like, I'm going to come with you, hang out. Long story short, I go hang out there. I get behind the board when his engineer takes a break, and the owner of the studio is like, we need this guy. 3 months after that, I moved to California, and I was running the same studio.
At what point did you get into like graffiti and spray paint? Because I'm looking at your website, and there's no way those are your abs. My God, dude.
I've been a bit of a gym buff on and off too. Sorry.
Yeah, I was like, Brett Westgrove, go to his website. I'm like, my God. Like, you're playing some festival, and I'm like, 1, 2, like button your shirt, man. You're embarrassing me. Okay, so you go to California, you do the thing there, and then you do the college, and you work with NASA.
So record producing by day, playing music by night. I got burned out and didn't know what I was doing with music.
There's your break, and then you get the NASA
So
gig.
I went to engineering, and
he worked for NASA, like flying spaceships or something, but not out in space, but like monitoring spaceships.
Oh yeah, I wasn't in space, but they were.
That'd be cool. That's probably why you left. They didn't put you in space.
Yeah, well, they're going to. I am going to play the first show on the moon or Mars. So that's my goal.
Is it? Oh, okay. So that's a goal. That's not like a side gig. NASA's like, if you leave, you can play
I don't know
Mars.
how we're going to get the stadium and all the crowd up there, but we're going to do it.
Oh, well, that's cocky. It's presumptuous to think that you're going to have a large crowd on Mars.
Well,
but I love it. Confidence. So you have the confidence to leave NASA. You go to Nashville. And one of the reasons I wanted to have you in studio right now is because this is all about life and taking chances, which is what I did for my passion, which is this. You go to Nashville and you start couch surfing and sleeping in your car. Is that accurate?
Yeah. I mean, I basically sold everything I could and packed up my car. I had like a couple bucks in my pocket and some student debt. I had never even been to the South, much less Nashville. And I just
knew nobody,
had no job, just showed up in town. I was living in my car, bouncing around Walmart parking lots. That's a whole other story.
And you're playing Broadway for many years, at least 2, I heard.
Yeah, I think it was about 3.
3, okay. So you're playing Broadway for 3 years with the bars, right? Where you're playing the street.
Yeah, no, in the bars. We got our first gig and very quickly moved up to the kind of the top honky tonks, which was amazing. And
at what point did your mother and father say, yeah, this is great that you're following your dream, but you're sleeping in your car, you're a grown-ass man, and you work for NASA. Okay, it's time to tap out.
Yeah, I think Mama over here was pretty torn. She's always supported me. My whole family's always supported me, but I think she hated the fact that I was living in my car.
Yeah.
There were some very
She's in the corner recording you nodding yes.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, she also understood why I was doing it.
It's following your dream.
Yeah.
I love it. Or was it for chicks?
Yeah.
Yes. No, it's following your dream. Okay, and that's what you're doing right now. Mm-hmm. I know you're going to be playing around the state of Wisconsin. How can people get your stuff? Because you're not on a record label right now, are you?
No.
Okay. So are you just going that? Are you like, is it the Zach Bryan thing? Hey, everybody else is
it's not a big thing like that for me. I like the idea of staying independent, and it gives me a lot more control.
Sure.
But I mean, if we have the right
Big
deal,
Machine calls you and is like, hey,
exactly,
here's $6 million and
if the deal is
right.
Mars. My thing is like, I think God put me here to do music and to improve people's lives through music.
Okay. So I love that.
Yeah. If Big Machine calls me up and they're like, hey, we want to accelerate everything for you. Yeah. Because I don't care about the money. Like, Yeah. I mean, I say that lightly. Of course, it's important.
I mean, the money we all have to eat, and if you can eat in a spaceship on the way to Mars, it's a little more comfortable on to play your gig. So I get it. Dude, I love this. I could talk to you for hours. We'll have you definitely come back in the future.
Yeah,
we're going to see more of you in Madison. I'm sure of that. We need to see more of you in Madison.
Yeah, I would love to be in Madison more.
I went long on this, but I went long on purpose because I've really enjoyed your company, and I'm telling you right now, you need to go to brettwestgrove.com. Disregard the abs. So are the abs still there, or are those gone? So it's false advertising?
On me or on the website?
On that website, they're there.
Yeah, they're there.
They're there on the website.
Yeah. Yeah, I still got them.
Mm-hmm. Whatever. Eat a sandwich. Okay, go to brettwestgrove.com. Thank you, brother. Seriously.
Thank you.
And check out his music and support. It's, what would it be? Not local music. It's support independent music, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Help get this. Oh, wait. Did I hear? Here's a little research I did. Do you run an Airbnb in Nashville because it's the first home you bought and you no longer live in your car?
Yeah, but I also live in that house. So I rent it when I'm on tour and sometimes when I'm not. Actually, some of the music I've got coming out this year was written in some of the sketchiest motels around Nashville because I moved out of my house for 3 or 4 days.
Because it's more money that way. Bucks. Smart with money.
Yeah, yeah. And I can't justify staying in a 3-bedroom house when it's just me. So
why'd you buy a 3-bedroom house? whole relationship, it fell apart. It's in one of your songs.
Oh my
you
God,
made
my
a
life
baby.
is in shambles.
She took my baby and moved to Denver to marry my coworker from NASA.
You
You're
know,
welcome.
it was the closest house in my price range that,
Oh.
and I was going to build a studio, which I did, but it's really in my kitchen. So
So it's not, she didn't take your baby and move to Nashville to work with your coworker?
No, thankfully not.
Okay. She's all about space. That's a great title
Yeah,
for the
she
song.
went to space.
There you go. Yeah, she's playing
She's
in Mars.
all about space.
Brett Westgrove's Madison's Country. Fish with Friends. Thanks again, dude. Seriously.
you.
It's Q106.